Let's start with the air quality in the national capital. The air quality we're learning remained on the verge of the severe category, with the AQI right now clocking at 397, showing little change from the Sunday levels. Out of the 39 monitoring stations across the city, 20 right now are recording dangerous level of pollution. In Noida, the situation is even worse, with the AQI reaching 413, also in the severe range. Now, these are the visuals, in fact, coming in from ITO, from India Gate. Thick smog blanket the national capital. Delhi air quality is in very poor category, inching towards the severe category. AQI right now is, in fact, clocking at 396 in the national capital. AQI of over 400 recorded in 20 AQI stations. Now, air quality in the national capital remained on the verge of the severe category, and right now we're learning that the AQI is clocking at 397, showing little change from Sunday levels. But out of the 39 monitoring stations across the city, in fact, the level of the air pollution is very dangerous right now. At 7 o'clock, Jahangirpuri registered an AQI of 455, firmly placing it in the dangerous category. Other hotspots, that includes Rohini, that is at 458, DTU 444, Anand Vihar 442, Bavana 439, ITO, which is quite near to the Parliament of India and India Gate, is clocking at 409, Dwarka at 401. All the recording, in fact, the pollution monitoring station are recording a severe pollution level, indicating that, in fact, as far as the air quality in the national capital is concerned, it is quite concerning right now. In Noida as well, we are learning that it has crossed the dangerous level. It is around 415 in Noida right now. Let me go across to my colleague Shivam, who's been tracking all the details from the national capital. Shivam, what is the situation there? Because we're learning that as far as the AQI is concerned, it is inching towards the severe category. The situation is very grim as far as the national capital region is concerned.
Exactly, Akanksha. Last evening it was 391 and right now it is 396, and I would urge my camera person to also pan on this particular side. This is the C hexagon near the India Gate, and you can see at 7:30 in the morning it's still hazy. Normally mornings are supposed to be fresh in this area. This is the area people do a lot of exercise, morning walk, marathon happen. But still, if you see the trees, the entire surrounding right now in the morning at 7:30, it feels hazy. The air feels, very quite heavy when it comes to breathing. And according to the predictions by the Indian Institute of Tropical Meteorology, by the earning warning systems, the situation seems to be going to a more poorer side, and now AQI is predicted to be going into the worst side, as well as when the temperature will go down, the pollutants will settle much less. As you rightly mentioned, over 20 stations are currently reporting the AQI in severe to hazardous category, and they have crossed even 450 at some places. So again, serious situation coming in. Remember, CM and Delhi government both have given the advisory to stop all kind of sporting activities in the NCR region, because doing such things, taking heavy breathing, can even be more injurious to health. So at this particular point of time, morning walk and sporting activities in the national capital are also injurious to health, and the share of stubble burning has also increased. But again, traffic remains to be the major contributor in the entire national capital, and the pollutant levels, be it PM 2.5 or be it PM 10, in the entire environment. So this is the current situation from now.
Absolutely, Shivam. In fact, do tell us about the prediction for the coming days. Will there be any relief? And tell us about the contributors, because we're learning that as far as the vehicular pollution is concerned, that remains the major contributor to the air pollution in the national capital. How much is the stubble burning contributing as of now?
Well, the share of stubble burning has increased from the last 5-6 days. The number of stubble burning cases have also increased to more than 25,000. Now again, at this particular year, surprisingly, Madhya Pradesh has the highest number in the last 5 years, but Punjab is the lowest. So again, stubble burning remains to be one of the key contributors. But again, traffic, and now at least because the dust particles from the construction side have settled down because of the GRAP 3 measures are enforced currently. So traffic, stubble burning, and also pollution coming from the neighboring states are also some of the major contributors of the pollution level. Remember, the early warning system, which comes under the Ministry of Earth and Sciences, have also predicted that since the temperature is going to be going down, the mercury is going to dip a little, the level of pollutants in the environment will settle much on a much lower side when it comes to the atmosphere, which means you can breathe a more heavy air, and you can see the fog, the smog intensifying in the upcoming days, as soon as the fog will also intensify. So again, serious situations coming in as when it comes to the actions. More than 450 sprinklers are being carried out the entire national capital. There are water guns being placed on a high-rise building, but still we are not able to see any much development, because again the air quality has remained very poor for over 14 days now. It was in the hazardous category for 3 days, and now for almost 10 days it is in the very poor category, which is further expected to worsen. From last night to today also, the air quality has decreased 5 points more, reaching to 396. So again, serious situation coming in for the people in the national capital.
But no relief in sight for the people of the national capital, even though GRAT 3 has been enforced, but whether or not it has been implemented properly is something that remains to be seen. Thank you so much, Shivam, for all the updates. The next story will shock you. It is also from the national capital. What started off as a protest in the national capital over air pollution last evening soon turned into something that was about everything but pollution. Protesters were seen brandishing posters of slain Maoist commander Madhvi Hidma during the protest, and were also armed with chili spray. That's right, the protesters used chili spray on the police personnel who were there to control the law and order situation in the city. The Delhi police is claiming that several of the personnel were targeted by these protesters with chili spray, and some of them were even hospitalized after the incident. The cops have now assured stringent action will be taken against the unruly elements that you can see on the screen. These are the visuals from India Gate of last evening. Have a look.
We requested them multiple times that they should not block the road, they should not block the C-hexagon, which is a main movement path. When I saw that many of the ambulances and people were behind that and they were facing difficulties, they were getting agitated. So we had to remove that. By removing, they not only use the force and violence against the police personnel, but also we also first time come across that they use chili spray against the police personnel, and few of our police personnel got the spray on their face and the eyes, and they are getting treatment in the RML hospital, and we are taking legal action on that.
In fact, the Bharatiya Janata Party has also questioned the intent of the protesters and asked why there in fact were no protests when the so-called urban Naxal chief minister was ruling the national capital. And this is a reference made to former Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal. Here's what BJP IT cell chief Amit Malviya put on social media post last evening, questioning in fact what really happened as far as India Gate is concerned. Let's put out that in fact post for you on the screen here. I request my team to put out that post. In fact, the first claim that has been said by BJP is that no major protest when Delhi had urban Naxal chief minister, and this is a reference to former chief minister Arvind Kejriwal. This is what Amit Malviya has posted on social media, and suddenly we have activists protesting over pollution now. Let's go on and look at claim number 3 by the Bharatiya Janata Party. Loonies pretending to cry over air quality, but the agenda was different, brazenly carrying placards glorifying the dead Naxalite. Remember, as far as this Naxalite is concerned, he was killed by the security forces in Andhra Pradesh just last week. And this is what the Bharatiya Janata Party is saying, that BJP is saying that this protest in a way was motivated. Let me go across to my colleague Shivam, who's been tracking all the details. Shivam, first of all, tell us what really happened at India Gate yesterday, because we saw what started as an air pollution protest later turned into something entirely different.
Exactly, Akanksha. While the call was made for the protest to ask demands for the clean air, the protest was supposed to happen around 5 and around 4 in the evening, around the C-hexagon at the India Gate only. But the timings got changed around 4:30. There were different groups of people. Now, this protest was organized by Delhi Coordination Committee. This is a group which is formed by different student union, different student organization across the national capital, and they said that they are going to protest to demand for the clean air and to protest against the pollution levels that have been skyrocketing. But 15 minutes into the protest, we see suddenly the slogans about Madhvi Hidma, the slogans about Naxalism, the slogans about saying that his Madhvi Hidma's an incomplete dream will be completed. Such slogans are started to be raised in the entire area. Now, having said that, the entire this area of C hexagon has BNS 163 imposed, which means that you cannot protest here until and unless you have a prior permission. They did not have any permission, and the police officials were announcing that they did not have any permission and they need to remove. But to maintain the law and order, especially to maintain the traffic, because it was the peak traffic time, the protesters were detained by the police officials. Now, the protesters have alleged that they were, detained in the wrong way. They were harassed, they were physically tortured, and then they were detained at different places. Late last night, we have also seen 5 to 6 protesters were taken to the medical as well, and currently also they are being detained in the parliament.
Absolutely. And what is shocking here, Shivam, is that they came with an agenda. They came without any sort of permission there. And they also had pepper spray that they sprayed onto the police officers there. What started as an air pollution protest completely spiraled out of control there in the national capital yesterday. Thank you for all the details, Shivam. We'll keep coming back to you for more on this. With this, a short break.